Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Welcome back to the Fake Woke Podcast. This is your boy Bobby VILN. I'm back with another video. The mask mandate is back up and running, boy. 11:59 last night or this morning, whatever you want to call it, in California, where I reside, Southern California, Los Angeles County. They re-implemented the mask mandate. They're basically saying that the people that did not receive the Woo punch, the Woo juice, the Fauci juice, they're basically saying we're the cause of this, that we're coming down with the Woo 19 at an alarming rate. As of right now in Los Angeles County, they say the numbers for the Woo is at about 1,500 and counting. And not only that, they saying in about 45 other states, cases are increasing. And they saying it's all because of the people that did not receive the punch. Now, we got to unpack this because it's a lot. It's a lot. Now, let's start with the PCR test. We all know that the PCR test was giving off false negatives and false positives. We all know that if amplified, if the settings aren't right, and when it comes to RNA infections, like Zika and Ebola, the Woo, influenza, which is very similar to the Woo, very, very similar to the Woo, it tends to give off what they call false positives. So, like, you could have had the Woo about a couple months ago, and if you go get tested again, more than likely, it will still pick up traces of the Woo, so you'll come out positive. It's been documented. It's been recorded that they were giving off false positives. They came out and they said that the settings on the PCR test were wrong at one point, and a lot of cases, a lot of people shouldn't have been added up under the cases. We all know, and it's been documented, that a lot of people that went into the hospital for certain things that had nothing to do with the Woo came out positive for the Woo, or they ended up deceased they'll go into the hospital, end up passing, and next thing you know, they got the Woo. I was just speaking to a coworker about this, because his grandmother, it was the same thing with his grandmother. That happened to his grandmother. Grandmother went and got the Woo punch. She went and got the Woo punch, but she was already struggling with certain things already before she got the Woo punch. She went and got the Woo punch. Couple of weeks later, she go back in. She don't come back out. They tested her when she got in for the Woo. She was negative for the Woo. They tested her again while she was in there. She was negative for the Woo. But when she go to the next dimension, if you understand what I'm saying, when she tap into the universe and she go back to the universe, when she go back to the Most High, all of a sudden her body was positive. They didn't want to release her body. They didn't want to release her body. And that's what one of my colleagues was dealing with. So it's just like, it's a lot of misinformation going around, and it's funny that they trying to have a war on misinformation when in all actuality these mainstream media companies are the one that's giving out misinformation and not covering all the information, because a lot of this shit was documented when it comes to the inaccurate testing of the PCR test. Even the creator of the PCR test, Kerry Mueller, sat there and said himself, you shouldn't be using this for RNA infections. You shouldn't. It's going to give off a bunch of false positives. Hospitals was labeling certain deaths as the Wu so they could get paid for it, because they was giving out a certain amount of money for each case they had and each death they had when it came to the Wu. That's documented too. That's documented too. They sat there and they told you that 75% of the people that did end up deceased off of the Wu, all of them were obese and had underlying health issues or were older than the age of 60 or 65. This is documented. This is documented. And now they're talking about the new variant. What you don't understand when it comes to the artificial protein that's within the juice, that can cause a lot of problems, because that could cause a mutation of the Wu and making it to something completely different, or another variant of the Wu, which they claim we're experiencing right now. But they have, I haven't heard any new symptoms when it comes to the new variant. I'm suspecting that it's the same symptoms, so it's the same thing, in my opinion. That's just me. I haven't heard any new symptoms. If there are, send them to me. Please do. Thank you, and I appreciate it in advance. But they sitting here, they lying to the people. They trying to hit you with the same fear tactics they just hit you a year ago with. And I'm here to sit there and tell you, people already done made their mind up if they gonna take the Wu, the Wu juice, the Wu shot. People already made their mind up. Some people not gonna take it. Some people gonna take it later when it finally goes through the process and actually is approved after the mass human trials that y'all put us up under. Because that's exactly what this is. This is human trials right now. And then some people, they just like, hey, whenever I get it was whenever I get it. Or I'm going to go get it now. People already made their mind up. Stop trying to force it, because now you're turning people off. Because now it's apparent that when you're forcing this shit way too hard, it's not what you say it is. It's not really as effective as you say it is. Because you out here, you trying to force this thing, and it's very possible that artificial protein, that spike protein that's within the juice, is causing the virus to mutate. I mean, causing the Wu to mutate into new variants, and that is factual. Because and not only that, not only has that been documented, within 6 to 10 months, you're gonna have to get a whole nother shot right after it. So when you get that new shot, which variant are you getting the new shot for? That's my question. Because it's already a new one besides the Wu D. I'm gonna call it the Wu Delta, the Wu D, whatever you want to call it. It's already a new variant that they claim is more deadly than that one. So which one you gonna get the shot for after the juice expires? They not telling you everything. They sitting there and they telling you, well, like, deaths for the Wu has increased 26 to 36%. They're not telling you if these people had underlying health issues. They're not telling you what type of condition these people were already in before they quote unquote caught the Wu. They not sitting there and they sitting there and they telling you, yeah, cases increased. But are these people actually infected? Because again, the PCR test could pick up the smallest trace of the Wu and you could be positive. That's factual too. Like I said before. And it's funny, my cousin sat there and he said, we might go on another lockdown. I remember it was a couple of weeks ago. He sat there and he said, we might go on another lockdown. And I was like, nah, they trying to make they mans Joe Beasy, Moneybag Joe, look like the Lord and Savior that they made him out to be. But that might be the case in order to get the people to do what they want them to do, because they want everybody to take the juice. But not everybody want to take the juice. That's why they trying to censor everything. That's why they coming for social media. Now they sitting there, they talking about there's a mysterious 12 people that's on this list that they need to censor and kick them off of social media. That's why they heavy as soon as they see the V word, or as soon as they see Wu 19 in its actual spelling, or whatever the case may be, anything that has anything to do with the Wu, they slapping that banner up under your post. It's official, ladies and gentlemen. We are fucked. You even got the people that have received the juice sitting there blaming the people that haven't received the juice. You forgot. Just because you received the juice doesn't mean you can't catch it. You can still catch it. And they sitting there trying to blame the so-called people that didn't drink the juice. Nah, player, I know for a fact that people that actually drunk the juice, they still getting the Wu. They still getting the Wu, and it's been documented too. Stop playing. Don't use no Google to look this shit up. Go to DuckDuckGo. Y'all did it before, and y'all proved me right before. They lying. They lying. They using this mask mandate to sit there and to get people to go out and receive the Wu juice. I should say the Wu juice. That's what it is. They want to encourage more people, or manipulate more people, I should say, into going and get that Wu juice. That's why, like, when they realize all of those incentives didn't work, they go into the next best thing. They might shut this bitch down again. They want you to receive that Wu juice. And it's unfortunate, because all of this is just mass control, bro. It's over a 95% survival rate. Over 95%. And you got these people out here fearful. God damn, bro. God damn. Man, thank you for tapping into the Fake Woke Podcast.